on the bike again. It's actually been off the road for just over a week because I noticed when I got back, well, actually I noticed before I did the coast to coast, the rear wheel it wasn't feeling right. It was when I was cleaning the bike and sort of free spinning the wheels, the rear wheel it wasn't spinning as free as it should do, and it just felt a bit gnarly. And then obviously I did the coast to coast, so I didn't have any issues with it then. But then when I got back from the last ride, I noticed it was slightly wobbling on the axle, so which was obviously a clear indication that the bearings were knackered. So I got Chris round from Bruce's Bikes, a local mechanic. He's worked on the bike a lot over the years now. He come round and ended up taking the rear wheel away, and he's rebuilt it with new bearings, and he bought it back the other day. So this is the first time I've been out on it since. It actually feels really good, to be honest. I mean, I've put new tyres on it as well, because having had the puncture on the coast to coast, one of the things I was intending to do was change the tyres prior to that ride, but I just never got round to it. So I put some brand spanking new Vittoria Rubinos on, which is my tyre of choice for the last, blimey, probably about 15 years. Absolutely brilliant tyres. I'm not sponsored by them, I wish I was. Although, having said that, they did send me a free pair just before the coast to coast, but the pair that they sent me were tubeless tyres, and they are slightly tighter than the kind of normal clinchers that I use, and I just couldn't get them on. They were so tight, so I haven't actually used them, so I bought a new pair of clinchers. But anyway, I am out. I'm heading down to Somersham. You've just seen I've just gone through Pidley and like Fenton and Pidley. I don't really know where I'm heading. Well, as is normally the case the last couple of rides, I'm going to just wing it. I'm heading down here. I'm going to head out the back of Somersham towards Chatteris, probably go from Chatteris up to Benwick, and then cut out back onto the 40-foot road and then down Puddock. So I did have a little look at it. I think it's going to be about 30 miles, so should be a good ride. It's a bit of a cloudy day today. I think there is rain forecast later. Shouldn't see any, well, I hope we don't see any before I get home, because I haven't got a waterproof. But yeah, it's not particularly windy, although it probably will be when I get out in the middle of nowhere. But no, it's all right at the moment. So it's actually quite busy. It's I don't know what time it is. It's 8:30 on a Saturday morning, so people are starting to wake up now and get out and about and start their day. So, but I'll hopefully be cutting off this. This is quite a busy road anyway. So, but anyway, as is normally the case, I'm nattering, so I will spin you around so you can see the glorious Fen countryside, and I'll speak to you again a bit later. So hopefully you enjoy this one, and I'll see you in a bit. See you in a bit. So it was a nice bit of considerate driving by the idiot in the silver Merc. I mean, I guess you could probably argue he had plenty of room, but I'm sure he put the wind up the fellow on the motorbike, and he certainly made me a little bit nervous. But I did notice, I might be wrong, I did notice that he was wearing a white vest. So as he's coming out of Chatteris, he's probably one of the good old boys. You know, we are heading into the Fens now. We're officially in the Fens. I've just passed the sign. So I think he can be slightly forgiven for being in a rush, because he's probably heading home to jump in bed with his sister. But anyway, idiot. Yeah, so I'm just coming into Chatteris now, and I'll spin you around and I'll speak to you in a bit. I'll see you in a bit. See you in a bit. So you should know where we are by now if you've been watching these videos. I've stopped here loads of times. So we're on the 40-foot bank, goes that way to Chatteris, which is the way we've just been, sort of over that way, and down that way to Ponders Bridge, kind of Whittlesea way. Well, Whittlesea's actually sort of over that way, but you kind of get the point. Puddock's down there, which is where we're heading next. It is actually looking incredibly Stormzy at the moment. So, as I said earlier, I haven't got a waterproof, so I'm going to have to kind of keep this quite short, which is going to be difficult for me, because you know I like to natter. I don't know who I'll get that from. So yeah, so we're going to head down that way. It was really just, I just really wanted to get out today just to kind of make sure the bike was okay, which it is. I mean, it's actually, it's probably because I've not been out for a little while, but it does feel a little bit quicker today. I mean, the average speed is up at 16.6, probably because this is such a flat route, but it could be because of the wheel as well. So, but yeah, it feels good. So, as I say, I'm not going to stand here too long because I don't want to get wet, which it looks like I'm going to. So I'll put you back on the bike. I'm going to have a quick drink and then we'll bang it down Puddock Road. So I will speak to you. I'll speak to you probably a bit further down there. So see you in a bit. See you in a bit. I'm just cruising. I use that term very loosely. Kind of cruising towards the end of Puddock. I'm going to hit the Puddock Hill in a minute. It's a slight bump at the end of Puddock Road going up into Warboys. So I will sign off now. So thanks for watching this one. I appreciate it's only another short video, but still good to get out. As I've said previously, there are a couple of sportives that I'm looking to do in August and September, but then it will be tailing off because that'll be kind of heading towards the end of the season then. So, but I will take you out on local rides. I do still plan to maintain the fitness and kind of keep up with the mileage, as I have done the last few years through the winter, weather permitting, and out here wind permitting. It is incredibly windy. It's starting to get really windy again at the moment. So yeah, I don't know where I'm going to be going next, but I will take you out wherever that is. I've actually been having preliminary conversations, or very kind of loose conversations, with Al at work, who I've ridden with a few times before, about doing a kind of challenge next year. And because we still don't know what's happening with the Ride London. If the Ride London was happening, I'd really consider applying for that and doing that again. But I'm sure if it was going to be doing anything, if they were going to be doing anything with it, they'd have announced it by now. But we did briefly discuss the possibility of doing London, Brighton, London. So kind of meeting up, he lives out in Essex, so meeting up in London, cycling down to Brighton, and then turning around and cycling back into London, and then just getting the train home. Obviously it would have to be in June sometime, when the daylights, or when we get longer daylight. But yeah, I will kind of chat to him in the next few months about that, because logistically it should actually be quite easy, because it should just be a case of getting from here to Huntingdon, getting on the train down to King's Cross, and then riding out from there. So it shouldn't be too difficult, and then obviously getting the train back to Huntingdon and then getting back. So it's not going to be too challenging from a logistical perspective, but we'll see. I've not committed to anything yet. I mean, that'd be a really good ride to do, because it wouldn't be a kind of organised ride, and we could do it under our own steam. So, but we'll see. Right, the gradient is slightly increasing. Not that it does really increase out here that much, but I think we're going from 0% to probably 1 or 2%. I don't think this is particularly steep, this little bump, but I'm going to get up here, get home, get a coffee, and I'll see you on the next one. So thanks for watching. If this is the first time you've watched one of these videos, please check out some of the others and consider subscribing. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back, and thanks for your support. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next one. See you in a bit. See you in a bit.